Good evening, this is your Psychic LJ reporting from the United Kingdom. Can anybody hear us? A little bit late tonight, it's 11:09 UK time. Apologies for running late. Hi there, Lance. Hi there, Hazel. Happy New Year to everybody. So it's a little later than normally I come on. Apologies about that. I just had to quickly do some editing there and I was running a bit late. Can you hear us okay? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Let's get this mic sorted. Hi John. Hi Muse. Hi Tracy. Happy New Year to everybody. My foot is loads better. Really weird. What with that with the sneezing attack the week previous? I do need to go and see a chiropodist, but I've just painted my nails here. You see, you get us behind the scenes, yeah. You get us behind the scenes. Warts and all. Good evening, Born. Is it Bjorn? John? Happy New Year to everybody, wherever you all are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. My toe is so much better. It's still got a little lump on, but it's not painful now. I've been soaking it in salt water. I think I had a touch of gout, to be fair. I've got terrible feet, guys. I've got terrible feet. I think it was years of nursing, standing on my feet with them heavy nurses' shoes on, and it drew my feet with the stockings on and that. That was the day when, you know, nurses had to wear stockings and, well, not like suspenders, you know what I mean, but like tights and proper nurses' heavy shoes, and used to wear the hat and everything. Happy New Year, Debbie. How yous all doing? How yous all doing? Crazy times, eh? Crazy, crazy times. I honestly didn't think I was going to get that looking glass out tonight. I've had a problem with my phone. It seemed to hit us when I got up this morning. I don't know how yous have been feeling. Are you a nurse? The good old days. That was when nurses were nurses. Have you noticed all the Carry On films have been on over the Christmas week? Carry On Nurse and Carry On Doctor, all that slapstick comedy. Did you like the looking glass? Well, I chucked it together last night because obviously everybody who knows us, they know that I do the filming late at night when the steak clear of pork. I don't eat pork. I eat bacon, but I don't eat pork. I don't like it. Ham, was that the same thing? Yeah. So, I gets up this morning and then I realised it was Mercury in retrograde, and I'm a water sign, I'm a Scorpio. And I've got triple Scorpio, and as you can imagine, I'm very dramatic. As everybody who knows us, I'm very dramatic. So I'm quite intense, you know what I mean? And it doesn't help when Adam lives in the house with us and he's triple Scorpio as well, so you can imagine. So I gets up this morning and, I don't know what you guys do, but I always check my bank and I check this and I check that. See what's gone out. All the same animal. Yeah, that's hilarious. Pork, bacon, ham, politics, all the same animal. That's hilarious. I'm going to check to see. I think we're going to get some alien stuff tonight. I haven't had it yet. So I gets up this morning and I was all calm. And I rang my mother to say Happy New Year, and she was down, bless her. And obviously, you know, because we're still missing Paul, it's horrible, you know. And everybody who knows, you know, when you're going through grief, it's the worst time of year, Christmas and New Year. Anyway, I was trying to download, I've got two movie makers. I use Video Show or iMovie because they're free. I've done everything sort of free. I've created everything myself. And the bloody thing got jammed in the movie maker. So I was using my iPhone, so I switched it off because it was spinning. And then it's a brand new phone, and it came back on and it was still jammed. So I switched it off again. I was talking to my mother, and then I switched it back on again, and it was spinning, and it stayed like that all afternoon. And I thought, oh my God. And I knew the Metro Centre was shut, and I knew no Apple shops were open. And I thought, oh, fuck me phone. I haven't even got any, I haven't got any insurance on it yet. I've got to ring them tomorrow. And lucky boy, my son, Luke, he Googled it and then how to do it, and you've got to like press it for so many seconds, 30 seconds, and he got it Mercury in retrograde. But I went into a full-blown panic, and I went in like a pure meltdown, and I thought, what the hell, get a grip. Do you know what I mean? It's only a bloody phone. And it makes you wonder if they're trying to connect with all our equipment. How would we feel if the whole system went down? So my toe started to get better about 48 hours after 24 hours it picked up. By 48 hours it was nearly cured. So I don't know if it was all the prayers that you were sending us, but I felt loads better. I mean, on Christmas Day I couldn't hardly walk. Do you know what I mean? And it was up like a sausage. All the red's gone off the toe. I think I had a bad case of gout. And when thinking about it, all the editing I was doing and all them astrology videos, an excuse, because I can't sit here and smoke anymore. So I was eating all the rich food. I was eating patty, cheese and biscuits, and I was munching through loads of stuff like that, you know what I mean? And sausage rolls, that type of thing. And just being a little piggy, really. And I don't know if I've overloaded my system. It's been a real roller coaster lately, hasn't it? I've got a load of lists of people to ring this week, and I've got to sort my books out. I've got to ring the accountant. It's just a horrible, I don't know, guys. I mean, it was late this time of year, but I'm not keen on it. But things have to be done, don't they? Things have to be done. But my toe's a lot better. There's a slight little groovy dint on it. Could be a cone. It could be something like that, or just hard skin. I was eating tomatoes and everything, and I'm sure that's on my list of like allergies. But I was eating that blinking liver patty and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Pheasant patty and all of that, all this rich food, and it's come out. I think it's come out my foot. It was like old energy coming out. The food you ate caused your toe problem, definitely. I'm still on a very few cigarettes a day, so I need to completely cut them out. I'm doing really well. It was right on the joint. But a lot of us have been detoxing, haven't we? And we're like shifting. I've been getting loads of crazy downloads. I had these strange beings came to us, excuse me, in a dream. And they were like long, thin necks, very sort of silhouette, beautiful blues coming off them and white. And I was just overwhelmed with them. They came just as I was dropping off to sleep, they came through. And then, was it last night or the night before? I don't know if it was last night. I think it was last night. I was sat here and I seen this vision like came through the mist. I knew that I was seeing them coming through from a dimension, and it looked like the Galactic Federation, like Ashtar Command and Valin, and they're all coming through. All the guys are really trim and muscly and tall, and the women are all fit, you know, with that all in one suits. And I thought, I could understand if I was stoned or if I was drunk, but I was just sat here sober as a judge. Do you know what I mean? And it just like came through. There was about 3 or 4 of them. And it's like I felt they were trying to connect with us. So I think that we're going to get a lot of strong downloads this year. This is not just for me. Oh, thank you. This is for like everybody, you know, when we're starting to pick up on outer realms. So it's much better, Lance. I mean, you're talking, I was eating them, absolutely eating them. And I got out of control after Paul passed away, you know what I mean? Disgusting what I was doing to myself, absolutely disgusting. And I've had 3 today. Well, 2.5 today. It's a big drop from 40 cigarettes, isn't it? And I'm really not craving them. And I'm not overeating. Not really. I mean, I ate quite a bit running up to Christmas. I didn't eat much on Christmas Day because I cooked the Christmas lunch. And I don't really like my cooking. And I had all the pots and pans and I get stressed in the kitchen. But I made a Christmas dinner for them. But no, I didn't. I ate quite a bit on Boxing Day when I went to my mother's. But on Christmas Day, I didn't eat much. I tend to be a secret muncher late at night, you know, when I'm sitting quiet. When you know, on an overload watching stuff about all the drama, what's going on YouTube. I don't know what you guys are like, but that's when I start to munch. If I'm stressed, I can't eat. I tell my clients that they have to eat and you have to look after yourself. But, you know, it's hard to give it out, the advice out, but it's different when it's yourself. Most people are hyperacidic. Hello, Sharon. Well, your session was an interesting one, wasn't it, Sharon? You put on 4 stone when you give up smoking. I've never weighed myself. I don't feel like I've gone any bigger. I don't feel I've gone any bigger. I don't have time to eat. I really don't have time. Like I said, just munch at the wrong times. This is true. I do like a little snack. I go through phases where I get a sweet tooth, and then I go through phases where I like savoury food. You know, I am quite a savoury girl, and I do like my cheese and biscuits now and then, but I do like my sweet stuff sometimes as well. But I'm not a massive chocolate eater. I used to be when I was younger. Oh my God, I gained 80 pounds when I quit. That's a lot, isn't it? You know, because it's something you do with your fingers. Well, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? I'm doing this. Typing all the time. My toes are a lot better, thank you. But my feet are disgusting. I've got 2 onions on my feet. I've got, I don't know if the UK size is the same as the USA. I think it's different, isn't it? I'm a size 5 in a 5.5. I've got to get a 5.5, but then a boot I'll get a 6 for the winter boots with the thick socks. Because I've got such wide, chubby feet and short little piggy toes. Like Miss Piggy. So, which aren't very big feet for my height. Because I'm 5'7", and I've got little feet, little fat feet. But then I've created somehow or another over the last 10 years, 2 bunions have appeared on my feet. 2 bunions. And, yeah. I need to see a chiropodist. So I've got my crystal ball. The wide feet are because of standing for years. Apparently I had fat feet when I was little. Apparently according to my mother, she had to get special boots for us. And I had an in-roll, so I had to have these special boots. But I have a terrible trouble with my feet. I wear a lot of Dr. Martens. I've got some lovely high heel boots and that, but I can't wear them anymore. I'd break my neck. Don't know about you guys, but lovely boots. Lovely sexy high shoes. I'd have to pose on a bar stool. I couldn't walk around the town in them in. Yeah, well, continental, the Italian, I think I've got an Italian foot. I haven't got a European foot where they've got longer toes. So I've got like a wider foot. So I tend to, the continental sizes seem to fit me better. Ugg boots are quite comfortable as well. Yeah, I need to pose on a bar stool, Lance. I really, really do. I've got nobody to go out with. I've got nobody to go out with, you know what I mean? I sit in this house like a sad person and I just make videos all the time. I love my Dr. Martens. I've got them on tonight. I don't know if you can see. I'll show you my Dr. Martens. Ooh. Like shiny. I've got the shiny ones on tonight. Yes, so let's get my cards, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go straight into what I've covered tonight. Because obviously I haven't covered Australia, I haven't covered Japan, so I'm gonna just see what comes. I was getting a weird feeling about Iran, and I felt something was gonna kick off there. It's all kicking off in China. I think I seen this video and it looked like the Hammer House of bloody horrors. It's the virus has seemed to appear again, and they're all crying, and the hospitals are packed up. So I don't know what the hell's going on over there. So we're going to look into that. We're going to look into Scotland, look into Parliament, see what the Eton schoolboys are up to. Yeah. I still say that UK needs to be split in two. I really, really do. I think that you've got the North, and then you've got London. And I just think that it's like two different countries. I mean, I don't know how many UK people are in here tonight, but all the money gets ploughed down London. It never hardly comes up here into the North. I'll look into New Zealand for you. I'll try to. The only thing is, with this crystal ball, I've got to give you what I give you, and then questions I can pull the cards. I'll try to look into Switzerland. The culprits in Westminster, exactly. Okay, so let's get a drink of coffee. Wales is lovely, isn't it? Oh yeah, Midlands. I've got family down in the Midlands. Brummie area. Okay, so the last time it hyped up in China, right, to do with the virus, the next thing it was all dramas over here. And the same thing's happening again, right? So they're travelling about. Apparently it's gone really high over there. It's like mutant. This virus is morphed into some sort of powerful one, and I think it's going to come up again. They'll never learn, will they? And I know there's probably people out there saying it's not true, but I mean, it is true. It's out there. But you think of a situation like that, and it's so bad and it's so high over there, you think that they would shut the borders down and not let them come into the other countries. But they're coming in. So I think it could set it off again. But let's try and stay positive. I'm a great believer. What these 9 beings told us is that we've got to practice the law of attraction. It's not where we're sticking our head in the sand, but we've got to try and be aware, especially at the minute with it being Mercury in retrograde. Okay, let's have a look. Well, they've got something's not right in China, is it? It's control, but the people are falling ill in the hospitals. It's distraction, they're telling us. Yeah, this distraction. And it'll be like, don't look over here, look over there. You know, there's a lot going on all at once. There is a new world what's being built. The new financial system. That's what I'm being given. You may ask, what kind of financial system? I'm actually being told that there's a lot of countries in debt. Excuse me. Wipe it and start again. scrape it and start again. I'll be pulling cards out for any questions tonight. Okay, so as you know, I said that in my last world prediction that there would be a big news in the Vatican, and that's just happened. Round about the time there'll be a lot of news to come out. Something's about to erupt in China, and I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. And I see lots of people, and more people in airports, but they look like, I don't know if they're Chinese people, getting upset in an airport. We need to just pump up on my vitamins, not to panic. Alright, but I personally feel they'll try and do, it depends on different countries, okay? Let's get to the nitty gritty here. But with the UK, it's a bit of a sore thing because the last time they said that, we did it. We went into lockdown and they were partying. They were partying behind the scenes. So they know that they can't do that again. Okay. Something about the fish industry. Problems with fish. I want you to remember that. Just waiting for it to haze over. Okay. I just get like a dark energy what's coming up around Parliament. I mean, I don't trust them, guys. I see voting in the UK and it's coming through. Can you see Sierra's alright? I see voting in the UK at some point. Possibly earlier than what it's supposed to be. I don't know why I'm being shown GPO. GPO, and it's something to do for the UK. GPO. They're just a joke, the Tory party, aren't they? Absolute joke. I think with Boris, he softened the blow, even though he was a bit of a opportunist. He softened the blow, but I've had enough of them. Enough's enough. Get big news to come in around Boris. I see the health secretary making an announcement. General Post Office, that could be it, couldn't it? Stocker ticker symbol. I don't know if it's the GPO or the JPO. I think it's the GPO they're showing us it. And I'm getting 5 and 6. Now that could be May or it could be June. But I'm seeing the health secretary making an announcement in Rishi Sunak. It's not going to go down well. I'm also getting big news in around, is it Keir Starmer? Starmer, the Labour leader? Let's see, ping pong, backwards and forwards, that's now new, and I see a lot of arguments in Parliament. And I see massive, massive problems to do with fuel and gas to come. And possibly we could have intermittent power cuts. I just think it's the same penny, 2 different sides. They need to get some nice people in. I don't trust Keir either. I like Angela Rayner. But where there's going to be big news, there's going to be like a scandal to come out, guys. And it's to do with around politicians. I am getting Keir Starmer, but this time it's not towards him. It's like there's something being said to do with around Rishi Sunak or Boris, or there's something to come out. There's something to come out. well, nevertheless, the UK will be fine. But there's been a lot of corruptness, what they've done. And you're going way, way back. And I want to say, what was he called? Tony Blair. He was Labour, wasn't he? But there was there's been signatures, and it's like trying to sign away with independence. Trying to sign away with, and there's big news coming in with the Church of England. Wow. Now, unlike America, people aren't running around, lots of people owning guns over here. I mean, you do get people owning guns. You've got criminals and gangsters and farmers, or if you do hunting, all right. But on the whole, people don't walk around with guns like they do in the US. So, old English laws stated we had the rights to bear arms, a bit like America. It was changed, and the Tory government changed this. The Parliament changed this. And something about if you say that you are English, not British, it's a completely different thing. It can give you more power if you ever went to court about anything. Do you see what I mean? Like, say, a council tax or something like that. Or TV licence, all the nonsense that they do to it. So they changed it. And if you go back to Old English laws, they've changed it. So say like if you go to court, or you're filling in paperwork, they try to say we're British, not English. It doesn't say that we are English anymore. Because it's not England anymore. It used to be England, Scotland, Wales. Now it's the United Kingdom. So there's been a method in the madness. But we may at some point have to look into, and I'm not saying it's where we want our guns back, I don't mean that, but it's to do with other bits of independence. But talking about guns, as you know, there's been a massive problem to do with was it Thatcher who did it, Warlord? But Tony Blair did some dodgy things as well, or was that to do with war crimes or whatever? There's just something not quite right with the pair of them, either side. But there's been a lot of problems in Liverpool to do with shootings. And there's going to be a rise of that. There's going to be a problem there. But yeah, in old England paperwork, we do have the right to bear arms, even though they say we don't. But being typical British, we've just gone along with it. Well, talking about the tax files, Grammy, I think that where he's dodged paying tax, I think there's a lot of rich people who've done this. I said that in my world predictions. John has 3 pistols and 1 shotgun. Wow. I take it you've got them locked away, but... Okay. But it's very different in the north than it is down south in London. Do you know what I mean? You've got a lot of farming land when you come up to Northumberland and you're going up into Scotland and that, into the Wales of Woolly. So a lot of farmers will bear them. Let's have a look. A new bridge to be built. So there's a lot of technology that they're up to behind the scenes, and there is where you've got bad people, you've got good people, and they're building a new system, and there's new bridge to be built. New bridge of trade, but also a bridge and tunnels are being built. A lot of plans to be built. Okay. But it's funny as I'm saying this, into the future there's going to be a wall in the United Kingdom. And I don't know if it's to do with Scotland and England, but there's going to be a divide at some point. Remember everything's draining. So it's like we allowed them to take our power away. We allowed them. Okay. Problems in France, and I'm seeing an explosion. And I'm getting massive problems to do with farming. Farming land's there's gonna be something to do with farming, and I don't know if it's to do with trade or the meat industry, and that's gonna come up around about the summer. Now sometimes I can read a year out. Right, getting back to what England's done, the UK's done, the governments have done to her. There was something what happened, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, it was going on round about the time of the lockdowns, that we had a deadline that we had to fill a form in, that even when we die, that we have to write a letter to the doctor that they cannot take our organs. And if you don't fill it in, the deadline, because apparently the UK government sold us to something to do with the World Health Organization, where they can just take your organs if they want to. How despicable is that? How despicable. I think if you're going to organ donate, you want to do it because you want to do it. But I never filled the form in. Some people did. Isn't it? And I'm going to pull some cards out, because what's been taking place in China, I always feel like there's something deeper than it. Are they up to organ harvesting? Are they up to something like that? So let me get these cards out. Did you opt out? I forgot. Well, they wouldn't want my feet, that's for sure. They chuck them away if they see my feet. We've got to keep our vibrations up, right? Because at the end of the day, right, I just think that we're going to be all right. We really, really are. We don't need more organs after death. You can look at it that way. And if it's going to save someone's life. But I think at the end of the day, what else are they doing with it? You know what I mean? There's people out there who don't want to be chopped up after they've died. Really, it's like we're putting our trust into their hands, really, aren't we? China sells organs and harvests them. Let's see if that's up to something at the minute with organs. I'm going to try and keep this quite light tonight, because I like to look deep, but I don't like going too morbid, because it affects us, and I don't like affecting people. Yes, there's money being made. So you can look at it this two ways, right? if you've got a young kid what's been in a road traffic accident, and I don't know, he's lost something, and you could have it, there's somebody else who dies at the same time, and then you could have that replaced, and it's going to make your loved one better. You can get that, but what you can't get is that when they're just willy-nilly just taking your bits for the sake of taking your bits to sell it on. How dare they? And it's sharing medical data. That was it, cat, bear. So they blatantly did this underneath our noses. But something's not right. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. So, that's like the dodgy lot, okay? And then we've got what they've been up to is lies and manipulation and doing stuff, and then the upside down magician, okay? And a lot of us have lost trust in the medical profession because of this. Do we have rights about if we need a blood transfusion? About if it's not being or not? Do we have rights? Because I'm sure I've seen a documentary on that. What annoys me is, but, okay, they wouldn't do this to the Queen. They wouldn't do this to somebody who's royal. You know, decided to start chopping them up. Oh, God. I've got a few different decks in here. So I've got another upside down magician. And that's like a man giving blood there. Like, he's giving blood. And what they're doing is they're cleverly covering it with certain small print where they won't answer you. I've heard of that. There was a lot of problems in the 80s where people were receiving HIV in their blood banks, weren't there? Now, where was it? I lost a lot of blood after I had Adam. I was in hospital, and I'm very paranoid, me, and I wouldn't have a blood transfusion. And I took plasma off them, and then I took iron tablets. Have you heard of that, plasma? Because I was just too paranoid. But they always wanted my blood, because I've got a very unusual blood. So I'm the type of person that if I needed blood, I could only have my certain blood group. It's a rhesus negative rare one, but it meant my blood can be given to anybody. But mine's even more rare now because it's not jabbed. You know, so it's a very rare blood and it's not been jabbed. So I would have thought my blood would be quite sought after. Did you do the same thing, Janie? This goes back to the WHO, and it's all to do with small print. They've done a lot of things. They've done a lot of things where they've covered up with documents, papers. And unfortunately, it takes the voice of people to, God forbid, if we ever need anything done, you know, it's your body, it's about asking. There is a lot of good people out there. There is a lot of good doctors, good docs. There's a lot of good nurses. Yeah. And some docs who didn't want to be. So it may take a few years for this to come out. I mean, they did it blatantly in front of where they were selling our data. The thing is, but who were they selling the data to? And why did they want my data? It should be private if it goes to a doctor, shouldn't it? It's going to come out about in an obscure way. They'll never admit to it. But they will start harping on about antibodies at some point, and I still see that will be two sort of doctors or scientists on world screen. The problem we've got here is it's trust again, because they could come in within the health organisation, but they're actually good guys. Don't forget, I've said this for a long time, you've got dark operations with good people in, and you've got good operations with dark people in. It's like, we should have more choice. But I think it's going to play out, and then you've got different cities and different countries, and God knows what they're doing to them over in China. But there's going to be a rise, and I don't know if there's a massive shift, because there's still bad people working behind the scenes. I don't care what anybody says, and you can't eradicate all the evil off the planet. Very sought after 6'4". But there's going to be something about childbirth. What's going to come out, a new way, because don't forget, we're all ascending. So the second wave of the Earth volunteers, you know, the kids in their 20s and their 30s who will be having their babies and that. There's a new technique what's coming out, and it's all about natural childbirth, natural this, natural that, and non-drugs, and it's going to be on the rise about natural childbirth, which is great. But it's also going to kickstart something to do with blood banks. I want you to remember that. At some point that's going to come out. Now, I normally look on no more than a couple of years, so watch for that to come out. I wanted to have Adam at home, but they wouldn't let us have Adam at home. And I don't know what was the reason why, but I should have demanded it. But I more or less had like a natural childbirth, because I ended up going into hospital in the end and was in a birthing pool and all of that, and spent the majority of it at home. Oh, it was because of me funny blood. That's why they said they wanted us in. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sending healing blessings out to Love for Spirit, who's just lost her 15-year-old chihuahua. I'm so sorry, sweetie. God bless you. You don't get over them, you know. And they can't be replaced. They're like children. Your love spreads. Your love spreads. Yeah, it's the younger generation what's going to fight back on a lot of this. My concern is, and I was watching a documentary on Musk. You know how the harp on that's like, you know how this going in China about there's an overpopulation and all of this, but they were telling the public, I think they were at one point they could only have one child, and I think they're allowed two now. But Musk was saying that there's actually man's going to come extinct. That's what he was saying, and that people should have many kids as possible. And what was he saying? Oh yeah, so because there's a lot of people now who aren't having many children like they used to, there's going to be less younger ones to look after the older ones, because there's a lot of us oldies here. Does that make sense? So it's going to be like a tipping point and a problem. So sort of our generation, there's going to be a problem if we're not looked after. And that's pretty scary. So the system isn't very good, really. You're lucky enough if you've got an older person and you get that help and you get them put into a nice home, or you can get them the right help. But you hear of all these horror stories. So the system needs to change. There needs to be more help for the homeless, more help for mental health. Street drugs is a massive, massive problem. I'm going to do a video on that. And mental health. Suicide's a massive problem, which went on the rise through the lockdowns. And then going into the miscarriage situation. I haven't seen him for a while, GNP. Too busy. Mental health's a massive crisis. But it's a hard thing to sue these pharmaceutical companies when you're going into likes of benzos and stuff like that. Because the doctors and the GPs know that these drugs are highly addictive. And yet they still dish them out like Smarties. And the likes of these pharmaceutical companies like Roche and that, you know, there are hard companies to sue. I do believe eventually that AI, and I've said this for a while, is going to overtake eventually pharmaceutical. One of the best things what was ever invented for humanity, which has saved many lives, is being antibiotics. I'm very much into natural medicine, but sometimes you need something to save your life in serious circumstances. I think that when it comes to the techno world, there's going to be a lot of AI robots which is going to take over what operations and things like that. That's happening now. Oh, bless you, turkey girl. So for everybody in this audience tonight who's been jabbed or who hasn't been jabbed, you're going to be fine. Just think immune system and think positive. I'm not one of them people what says something's going to happen to you. All my loved ones have been jabbed. I'm a healer, all right? I just think that what goes in can come out, you know, but just understand that your body's a funny thing. It's a machine and it needs to build up a resistance naturally as well. So too many of these, what they're wanting to do, I think that plan was that they wanted to jab them 8 times, wasn't it? I don't think that's good. Each to their own. But I just think it's about building your immune system. But no, it's going to come out. It's going to come out, but it's never going to be admitted that they'll always be brushed underneath the carpet. It'll always be brushed underneath the carpet. But penicillin saved my life. I got, what's it called, toxic shock when I was a young woman through a tampon. I was, nearly died through it. And it was through the hospital and pumped into with amoxicillin. It saved me life. So, it works, but it's like you can overprescribe these things, and there's a lot of people my age group kids from the 70s, they were overprescribed antibiotics, and it can cause health problems. It can cause a lot of things, you know what I mean? Candida in your body and all sorts of things, and putting your body out of alignment. And then if you don't have that, if you're taking it too much, it means that it's not going to save your life, is it? If you really, really need it. So it's going to take a long time to phase a lot of stuff out, but a lot of the big pharma we've got a lot of technology to come onto this planet. We have, people have asked me about the med beds, and I've always seen devices and certain sort of AI instruments coming in and robots working on people. That was coming in, that was going to be seeped in first. It was like a drip, drip, drip. Yeah. But med beds actually, I do believe, are going on behind the scene and that, there's a lot of stuff going on. But it's a slow thing what's happening. But there's going to be a rise on natural medicine. And I believe that there's going to be a massive shift by 24 onwards. 24 onwards. strange craft, and the sign what's strange craft UFO sightings are going to come apparent into 2023. And you're talking big flat discs. Big flat discs. Okay. Food. Why am I getting food here? A lot of things, there's something they're not telling where the whole system is failed in many ways, and it's the food. A lot of the food's made us sick. You know, when they're putting hormones in the milk and in the meat, pesticides. And if you want to buy stuff without pesticides, it's very, very expensive. New regulations are going to come into place. We won't have to eat bugs, but until we have more replacements and things are changed, the system has to fall to build a new system. We'll always have to eat meat, some of us will anyway, because some of us are carnivorous. But there's going to be a problem. They're going to create a problem. It's going to be created. And it's got something to do with meat. Just try and stop with eating it. I don't know what kind of meat it is. There's going to be some scandals to come out with meat. Poor animals. Yeah, I know that. But this is something else coming. You know how I had the foot and mouth disease thing, which was going on in the UK? It's something big like that. And I'm saying France. I'm saying France. And I see something to do with fish as well. Ooh. I'm seeing a big horse in the water, like a horse god. Like a god, like flying horse. What they call it, the Pegasus things. Well, I've often wondered that, Crystalline. Let me pull some things out on that. You wonder, don't you? You wonder. Because I try to keep grounded on things, you know what I mean? I wonder if sometimes if you're buying meat and if it is meat, or you wonder where it's come from. Let's have a look. I've had some lamb today. It was quite nice, roast lamb. My lovely daughter-in-law made us a roast dinner. I always feel guilty after I've eaten it. Little baby lambs. Right, I'm going to ask something here, alright? How do I word this? Because I've got to be careful of algorithms. Have we been buying meat that we know in the supermarkets? Is it meat? Is it animal meat? Or is it human meat? So it's quite a thing, because you could have some somewhere and some not, couldn't you? Depends where you buy it from. Okay. The meat is the meat. You know, like if you went into butchers or your supermarkets and you see like your lumpy beef or your lamb leg, it's saying here that it is animal. Wait. Questioning process stuff. Questioning process stuff. I always think it's good if you can get it off the farmers or McDonald's. So if you go into like a reputable supermarket, Michael give us a true answer. It's animal. It's animal. Poor animals, like. Is the meat from cloned animals? That's the plan. They're planning that. They're testing it out now. There is off-world produce to come in. And I've been shown this from different beings on our channel, like Palladian beings. There's a great fruit and vegetable that they give their babies. It's got like a pulp inside, substance, which is better for the humanoid body. They have all these great fruits and vegetables they introduce to Earth and to show us how to grow it on mass produce, growing it without pesticides and safely. I'll tell you what I have been shown, and I've been shown into the future. We're going to grow it in towers. We're going to grow it in air. And we're going to grow it in sea. Wow. Let's ask about McDonald's. It's so awful what they're doing to the animals. Isn't it? I'm unsure, guys. It looks a bit dodgy. Feed my tummy. Something's happened somewhere down the line, but I don't know if it's happening now. Something's happened, and actually there was a change 3 years ago. When we were in lockdown, something was going on. People were getting investigated, arrested. There's a man there without an arm on. Just remember food regulations. Just remember, not everything will come out, but it's like what's safer. And I have heard that there's a lot more things they're high in the food in America than they do in the UK. There's something dodgy what's happened in the past. That's quite alarming, isn't it? I'm just going to pull some more out. But it's not happening now. But it may come out with other outlets in other countries. It's a no-no now. But something's happened. Something has happened in the past, and it's saying no, it's not happening now. It's not happening now. There was a takedown. And there's the justice card. So something was massively investigated and stopped. But they have to like investigate. Was it in anywhere else apart from McDonald's? Say no. But it depends what countries you're going into. If you're going into third world countries and you just don't know, do you? I've never seen that movie. What's the movie called? Too Many Teeth Have Been... Oh, my God. I always get a veggie burger there. I don't like the vegan one. But the veggie burger's nice. But the chips are just full of high fat, aren't they? And I had to watch my cholesterol. Different countries, yeah. I probably would take a fit if I watched it. Is that what it's called? Silent Green is the movie. If it's a scary movie like that, I can't sit and watch it on my own. It's right, okay. Right, so we are protected. Some things are going to be brushed underneath the mat and not talked about, but they are going to start going on about regulations more. Watch for this. And it's it's like the new system. It's an awful film, is it? Have you seen it, Newsmaster? But when the oh, right, I'm going to look into that with that guy as well. Are you talking about with the young students there, Kim? When the full card comes out, it means that we are protected. It still goes on. But it's hard to slip into the food chain because something's been happening and there's been investigations. But it may go on behind satanic rituals. That's quite horrible, that, isn't it? Oh, I love The Matrix. So it's the year of unfolding things. It's the year of unfolding things. 7 of Swords, 2 of Swords. It's going to get pretty heated over the next 5 months. 8 of Swords. I think this has to come out. I think it's the purging. It's the purging. It's getting rid of all the crap. You know what I mean? It's getting rid of everything. But we're building new earth. So, you know, like a few years ago, people were saying, oh, it's going to be sorted out. It's impossible. The system is massive. And it's, you know, it's from the banking system to the food chain to, you know, it's going to take a long time. But the food chain will become better in the end. And we won't have to eat bugs. We won't have to eat bugs. We're going from the dark to the light. So I love that. I still recommend trying to grow your own vegetables if you can. I still do. There's going to be big news. It's just gone poof at us. To do with a blonde-haired celebrity woman in the USA. Scorpions. What about scorpions? Oh, I love coconut milk. There's big news coming out with a woman with fair hair. New Earth, New America. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and you've got the world. But I just think you have to let everything play out. So, is it true that they've dropped everything to do with Trump's taxes? Can you confirm that? Yeah, I'm going to give you some cards tonight. He's having a nice happy new year. Has she just died, has she? Oh. Support farmers markets much better. Definitely. I'm glad Anya, Livnia platforms. We have to raise our vibration. Anyway, we as a society in the past were eating too much fast food. You know what I mean? It's not good for you. With what they had in it. And some of these Palladian beings that are chanting, you know, they're horrified about what humanity's been eating. Trump's taxes. I know they were released to the public, but somebody in this audience said that it's all been dropped. Is that right? Yeah, I did. I said the death of the Pope, the last Pope. Yeah, very strange, Geordie lass. Very strange. They jumped out, so we need these. That's still going on, according to these cards here. They're not going to let him go. They're not going to let him go. But, you know, whatever he's done with his taxes, there's other rich people have done the same thing. You know, the tax revenue over there in America, they turned a blind eye to it. Because it's like you're going up that Illuminati ladder, you know what I mean? And then it's disgusting how they make the poor and they make the working class pay loads of bloody tax. But I just think it's more the system. It's like we're showing what the system is and how it needs to change. I mean, I'm actually horrified with some of my clients, how they say they've got to pay tax when they don't even work. Is that right? The richer you are, the less you pay. Now, that is despicable. It needs to change. New railways to be built in the USA and Europe. And huge news coming out with Macron. Okay. But he's got stuff on them. I've said this for a long time. He's got something they want. Just a big farce, isn't it? It's a big farce. But they will get him on some things. But it's more money. It's not over with yet. And then they're gonna go with people around him. Oh, definitely Grammy. It had said in the news Macron had resigned, then it was taken down. Exactly. We are dealing with some sort of strange timeline here. Ooh. I've seen... Why am I saying the Bermuda Triangle? Does anybody in this audience know about the Bermuda Triangle? Could it be a porthole to another world? I'm seeing it and it's bouncing out. And I'm sure I said a little while ago there was going to be an incident around the Bermuda Triangle in sea. So why does Hazeltine pay taxes and I am retired? That's not right. Let's look into the Bermuda Triangle. Also as well, is it true that Japan's had a lot of snow? And parts of Europe, which they haven't been putting out on the news, they've just been putting out parts of America, haven't they? Well, snow's been everywhere else as well. It's drama. You see, a lot of us in certain parts of the world, we're used to the snow. We're not used to we get cold, but the world's changing. Will they look into Biden's? I think they're going to look into a lot of other people's. I'm seeing Nancy Pelosi here as well. I'm seeing that big horse on the sea again. There's a lot of awakened gods which are being awakened. The IRS needs to go along with the most of the government. Yes, exactly. Well, I would say over here they need to get rid of I got hammered with tax the last 2 years. Hammered. And it was to do with the lockdown because it went all online, my work. Bloody television license. I've been to court twice about that, you know. And I've been fined twice. Twats. Television license. But apparently you can say a certain thing if they come back to the door again. Okay. I've paid grands of tax. And I'm not, there's no word of a lie. Thousands of tax. What's going on with the Bermuda Triangle? I'll put these back together again. Seahorses. I know there's a myth that there's kelpies up in the lochs, up in the Highlands, sea kelpies. They're like a swimming horse. I've changed my accountant. I fell out with him. He got nasty with us. So I've got a lovely accountant now. She's very nice woman. Bermuda Triangle. Ooh, I've just seen like an old house, like a mansion, in hooded people. And they're doing some sort of witchcraft ritual. I'll look into Macron as well. Because I'm convinced that it was on the news that he had resigned. And is that been a glitch that I've seen? Because now he's still there and it's never been talked about since. And there's been a few other people who've seen where Macron resigned. Three of Cauldrons. It's not just the Bermuda Triangle where people are going missing. There's other places around the world as well. And we're not allowed to be near a certain part of the globe where it's very cold. What's it called again? This globe is not what we think it is, you know. There's something else going on. It's like an Antarctica. Why can't we go there? It's like an inner world, another universe. There's this stargate. It's a stargate. It's a stargate passing in and out. And I've also been shown that it's more like that. Like a baseball. It's not flat. It's not round. It's like a baseball sphere. And there's two holes and there's inner Earth as well. And there's passages to other parts of galaxies. And there's a lot they're hiding. What have I just seen with these people with the hoods? Right, I'm seeing men with red, it's horrible, horrible, red capes. It sounds Latin, but I'm not so sure. And then there's a girl when she's got like a white cape. You know that film, Eyes Wide Shut? Who's seen that film, Eyes Wide Shut? Dark rituals going on. They're doing sex magic and dark rituals. It's witchcraft never went away, just satanic witchcraft never went away, just went underground. Where am I seeing this? It's the rise of the witches. Good and bad witches. Witchcraft never went away. But as we start to awaken, don't freak about this, guys. There's going to be a lot more younger generation coming forward saying that they're a witch, or they're a white witch, or they're a grey witch, or they're a black witch, or whatever kind of witch. And a lot more people are going to get into the occult, the younger generation. Which is fine, yeah. It's just, I just think that it's part of their spiritual journey. So it's going to be, they've labelled it as a witch because the black magic and the white magic are using the same arts but invoking the different gods. We all have it within us. It's like superhuman, and we're starting to realise that now. So we can make things happen. We have to be very careful about what we think and we feel, because it's like magic, and words are spells and raising the vibration. Where is this going on? It's in a big mansion somewhere. Switzerland. What's going on in Switzerland? Let's have a look. So, if you go back to the witch trials, there was all these crazy people, church people actually, who were killing these young girls because they were probably born before that time, and these were gifted starseed young ladies who were probably doing herbal medicine and stuff like that and rituals, and they were killing them because it was something controlling them, because they didn't want them on this planet. We are the aliens, we are the hybrids, but there's so many of us now. There's going to be a mass rise, I'm on a roll here, with ban the plastic, but that's part of the food chain changing. But also a mass rise in the younger generation. So if you've got any children or grandchildren who, and you're massively into the Bible, don't freak if your 16-year-old grandchild starts harping on that they want to get into paganism or whatever. You can't lead a horse to water. It's part of we don't own our children. They're on loan to us. We can only guide them, and it's about encouraging them to empower themselves and not to feel afraid, because there's been so much superstition what's being put out there. But warn them, like, long as it's good and it's not bad, into believing them. But there's there's a lot more of the younger generation going to turn to the occult, and I'm telling you this now. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's because And there's got a lot of them are going to go into, you know, like the New Age stuff as well. But there's some of them are just outwardly are going to say that they're going to be bad witches, like black magic and satanic stuff. There's a rise. We are living in very strange times. Have you not noticed that the energies of Christmas have changed over the last couple of years? So it's always been under the radar. It's been subliminal messages which has been put out for, you know, the teenage girls like Sabrina the Witch, the Teenage Witch and all of that. But it's openly coming out. Openly coming out. So, but I think it has to come out because it's healing superstition. Remember, everything to do with religion is being changed by man, not God. Catholic Church changed a lot of stuff to control people. My 5-year-old granddaughter today, we were playing, right? And I went like that. She was lying on the couch and I went like that across her little foot and her little leg. And I goes, "Can you feel that, baby?" And she goes, "Yes, I can feel the energy." She's 5. I says, "That's Reiki energy, healing energy." And she goes, "Wow, Grandma, I can feel it." So the little ones are on a different level, you know. They're so empathic. And you can't take the Christianity out of America. You literally can't. You can't take it away from anywhere. Yeah, like you can't take other religions away because it's free will. But there's a new acceptance. And this witchy stuff's coming more to a head. It really, really is. It really is. But it's been labelled witch, but is it witch? Does that make sense? It's probably been labelled witch by a witch who was undercover as a churchgoer. Do you see what I mean? I think that I've got so many different books. And the witchcraft books I do have are, a lot of it's herbal medicine. But the kids of today, my concern, it's great if you can push them, encourage them to be who they want to be, but they are also being played with on media, and there is some mind control going on. But a lot of the younger generation can't be manipulated, so it's good that you encourage them to believe in them and keep their sovereignty. Satanic is not Wicca, definitely not. So, like I've said for a long time, the awakening is a personal thing. Because everybody's here to find out their true origin, and some of us are healing old wounds. Mansions, Switzerland. I see like a this looks really strange, and I don't know if it's Switzerland or somewhere like that in Europe. It looks like Cinderella Castle, you know, like the tower. You get a lot of them in different parts of Europe what look like that. Or you'd have the princess in the tower, you know, trying to get out. We have to encourage our children and grandchildren to be themselves, but also to use their intuition. And that's going to be their greatest weapon. which we are discovering now, but the babies being born now and the younger generation are going to be the ones who will reap the benefits. So even though I'm seeing all of this, how it talks in the Holy Book about the Antichrist is here. He's here. And he's somewhere in Europe. He's not in the United States of America, he's somewhere in Europe. And he's not old. And he's very handsome. And he knows who he is. You know, like the film Damien. The Vatican knows too. Dirty blonde hair. I actually thought he was quite dark to the hair and mysterious looking. Let me have a look. Very handsome. I don't want to tune in and I'm some remote viewing here. He knows that I'm looking and I knows that I'm talking. Very telepathic. Very awakened. Lots of women around him. The Vatican knows him, yeah. A name that we possibly don't know. It's tuning in. And all these names that we've talked about, it's not them. The Antichrist. He's looking for a certain woman to breed with. So you know how... Excuse me, I need a drink. You know how... They talk about the end of times. I don't think it's the end of the times where the world's going to end, but we are going to face great changes to this planet. Seas are going to change, you know, the shorelines and everything. And it's a lot to do with the planet changing. She's changing, she's purging. But where they talk about the end of the world, it's not the end of the world of what we know. But he's here. And I don't know if he's going to get into politics. He's very charming. So if he's there, where's Jesus? He's going to rise in politics. He's going to go into politics and it could come into the USA. But at the minute he's not in the USA. It's his plan. Tech companies. And his mother, who bared him, knows who he is as well. This is quite creepy. Put some more cards out. I'm actually feeling quite choked looking into it. His mother, I don't know if I think she's still alive. She's quite scared of him. Colour does he look like? What does he... Give us a description. Elon, it's not Elon Musk. Elon is in the States, he lives in the States. He came through who, not of who. It's his mother's fair. It's like mid-brown hair, like darkish brown hair. Okay. There is rituals that he attends, meeting with other lords, like secret lords. Europe. Like mid-brown hair. Not as pure, as dark as mine. Like a mid-brown. You could class him as dark brown, but he's like brown hair. He's looking for a woman to have it. He's looking for his future wife. He's very handsome. Got quite a longish nose. Like an angular faced jaw. Piercing eyes, could be bluish coloured, and he's as I'm remote viewing, he's coming at us, and like don't go too far, you know what I mean? But he's looking for a woman to have his child with. But this is the thing, and he knows that he can listen now. This is a free will world. We are what you expect. I'm talking to his higher self. What do you expect? We are spiritually advanced. We are spiritually evolving. We are going to find this out. But he's the one what controls the banking systems. So when we think that the person like Soros and all of them, oh no. Burn some sage. It's okay. He's like laughing now. But they're doing proper rituals and some sort of, and it's Saturn. And do you know that it's all going on Saturn? Dark Lords are over there. He sees me. That's okay. But the Horned God is here. I'm not saying his name to protect this circle and to protect me and my family. But I could easily go and zone in and get his name if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that. Because if we give him respect, he's got to give us respect. It's the law of the universe. Are you listening to what I'm saying? And he's going, that's right. He's just putting his, like a shield up now. But everybody will know him soon. Everybody will know him soon, within the next couple of years. There he is, he's upside down. I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine. If I can't talk about it, this is part of my quest of Earth. It's talked about in the Bible. The Vatican talks about him. The Pope talks about him. the Antichrist. But he's here. Jesus. Our Father's house has many mansions. Our Father's house has many universes. Jesus is in many people. And there's not just Jesus here, there's many ascended masters which have come back onto this planet. It was the way he spoke, and it was twisted in the Bible. There is many connected to Christ. But there is a young man who will come forth and speak his words. There he is. I don't know if he's in the UK or he's in America or wherever he is, but he will come forth and speak his words. But as it says that the Antichrist has to rise first. A lot to happen 2 years from now. So we mustn't be afraid, because we are all part of collective and we can change like that. Okay, so I personally believe that some people are just generally just born evil. You know, they're meant to come to do what they need to do. But we are frequency, we are energy. And we're going to get massive downloads, and we've got to keep checking we're going to be so tested with everything that's going to play out on media this year. Keep forgetting, I keep thinking we're still in 2022 and we're in 2023. I've seen his face before. The seed has been here a long time. Everything's been twisted. Come on in, Jed. Eat away. He's smiling. He's all happy. Eat away. The song, by the way, the song that I was meant to give you last week, it was Hole in My Shoe. I did put it out on my business Facebook with the global message. So Christ can be in each and every one of you, and it just depends how aligned you are. Does that make sense? But there is a young man who will come forth with great teachings, but not spoken like the past. Not spoken like the past. Yeah, you must not worry about the Antichrist. For we cannot help who we are being born into. We are all chosen. And when you know that you have Christ within you, or God through you, you can walk through the valley of demons and nothing can touch you, because it's a free will world. I could zone in on his name, but my guide Jed is saying don't. But he's saying that he will come apparent onto world news over the next couple of years within politics, American politics, and then we will know. more people will talk about it. Okay, so I want to leave it at that. But Christ, there's not just Christ here, there's Buddha, there's a lot of different energies here. And we've just got to connect in line with whoever we're connected with. Is he legit or a false prophet? Who? Christ is within us all, but some have it more than others. Does that make sense? And you just got to feel it. You got to use your intuition. And we've got to, how the young kids do, they use their intuition. Very interesting. You haven't seen a handsome politician here in the US. He could be speaking a lot. He could be speaking a lot about a lot of stuff. He might not actually run for Congress. He could just be somebody who speaks about politics. The young man will be legit, but it's not yet. It's the wrong timing. I think it's a build-up and we are all connecting with where we need to connect with. Happy New Year. He knows about pharma, but no, it's more politics he's going to get into. It's Europe. He's definitely connected with Europe, and I want to say Switzerland. But he may have an Italian connection. But Switzerland's quite near Italy, isn't it? This is interesting because, I mean, everybody who knows us knows that I do Akashic Records, and we all have a bit of something in we. Oh, yes. That's Debbie's. Yeah, what Debbie says. Noah, you, Hal Harry is the Antichrist. Oh, my good God. See, quite good looking, Debbie. No, Pope Francis isn't going to move to the US. But something's going to happen there as well to Pope Francis. I forgot what I was going to say there. We all assigned here to come here and we haven't got to feed into the fear because our higher selves, oh, that was it. So some of you could have been famous people before in past lives. Some of you could have been famous people before, you know, and it doesn't really matter who you've been, it's what you've come here to do. But I've been given tonight that the full Joan of Arc has just awakened tonight. Joan of Arc, I don't know what she did again, but that was something, and that's something's going to happen in France. Everything's about to unfold in France. Because there's been a lot of skullduggery going on in the UK with what the politicians have done and everywhere else. US, Paris, France, Canada. But something's about to kick off in France. And it's going to start something up. Everyone's going to be talking about it. But I've got Joan of Arc's energy. She's alive on this planet now, and she's a young girl, fairish to the hair, and I'm talking to her higher self. She's a starseed walking as well. So Joan of Arc was a starseed. According to the Bible, the Antichrist will be born and come from the old Roman Empire. Well, I didn't know that, because I feel there could be an Italian connection. But if you think about it, Switzerland and Italy is very near each other. It's okay, we're not talking about you anymore. Go away. Get back to your women. Don't like communicating. Greta Thunberg was very, very, she had people pulling on her from different sides. And it became very political. Greta hasn't come into her own yet. I'm not going to channel him, so don't you worry. No, I can't channel him because he's alive. Does that make sense? I can't channel him because he's alive. He's remote viewing me because I've remote viewed him. But he can get back to his women, but but just that's it. Changing the subject, not going to push his ego anymore. Let me burn some incense. Because they like being talked about, you know what I mean? They like having their egos pumped. Well, I thought he was supposed to come from a Jewish descent, but that's what I've got tonight. That's what I've got tonight. I need some incense sticks, and I haven't got them handy. I'll burn it later. And remember, everything's frequency, everything's energy. So when I picked up in my world predictions tonight on YouTube, that the fire god and the water gods have awakened. And I keep getting the boot of Italy. Very strong. I'm getting the Alps. Why am I being shown loads of children with Braille? Why am I being shown that? Blind school. Why am I being given that? Mount Etna in Italy. I want to send healing and blessings out because I'm getting the god Vulcan. I'm being shown great volcanoes will explode around this planet and seas will rise. God is angry. Gods are angry. There's many. It's elements. So you've got the spiritual stuff going on. We are spiritually ascending and we have awakened the gods. I'm going to give you some numbers here, guys. I'm getting the 27th, the 17th, the number 10. There's going to be huge news with Trump. Huge news with Trump. It's just gone boom, Anna's out of this crystal ball. Missiles in the sky. Problems with Russia and China and Iran. And J. Is it Johannesburg? Where's that? Johannesburg. I think I've had that before. In Jordan. Two men to come onto world news. One of them looks like an Arab, but could be something to do with Taliban as well. Talking about it. Biden's talking about it, or they're talking about it on the news. And I'm not saying it's not happening, because it is happening. But it's an FF. Because it's distraction for something else. So there's a lot, the new system's being built. The bad people are still playing stuff out. And a lot of these bad people, which have been labelled as D people, right? Dark people. There's a lot of mafia organisations involved. Rich families involved. But not what we've been told, you know, like the 13 bloodlines. It's a lot more complex than that. But there is a group, there's 3 families, and they are working with white hat operations and extraterrestrials. I know this sounds really woo-woo tonight, but this is what I'm getting. Handshakes. New Earth is being built. We are going to go very futuristic. Prepare for a lot of technology to come onto this planet. We are building New Earth. There is man, there is animal, and there is extraterrestrials, and there is robotic synths walking amongst us on this planet. Always has been, and will come more apparent. They are preparing for alien disclosure. They need some things tied up first before this happens. Twins, something about baby twins, USA News, coming on to news. There will also be big announcements to do with a well-known man. They are negotiating. Negotiating the 3 heads of the beast. There will be war. There will be war. They will not end this world, but many will die, many will perish. I'm seeing Jordan, River Jordan, and I want to send healing and blessings. Russia not only hates the US, he will try to attack Israel. Taliban is not who you think. Underground gold. They have loads of gold. Africa will rise. Africa has their own gold. Arrests Jared Kushner. There will be arrests. Putin will attack shoreline CSAP shoreline attack Ukraine. It's been about the gold mining going on. Do you know the gold mining on Mars, the gold mining on the moon, the gold mining everywhere, platinum. Lithium. Terrible mines perish, people have perished. Trading people, making them earning next to nothing, beans, pennies. There's such this divide between the West. There's something happening with the fire gods, and the East is going to rise. And I see fire coming out of like a dragon's phoenix's mouth, and this is going to go into the East, and it's going to fire and embrace woman's voice, for women, feminine women to rise. There's a big clean-up happening there. India, sacred land. This is about trade. There will be a fight in the East, and we will stand united for India. We will stand united for India. I don't know how long I'm looking on here. This is about trade. See Musk make an announcement. There's more stuff to come out about the Twitter files. The Twitter files is nothing to what else is to come out. Let me have a break. Let me have a break. I've been running for 2 hours. I need a cigarette break, and I get some juice. It's about jealousy and who gets the most money. Something to do with the tech world. New regulations to come in with the tech world as well, with what they've been, how they've been making the mobile phones with the stuff what goes into it. Mining, horrendous mining. Please, no music. Do you want Betty and Bobby on? Or you can turn it down if you don't want it on. I can just leave you with a bare wall. Just going to pull one more card out. Yeah. I think it's Putin. There's something big news to come out with Putin very, very soon. You'll take the bare wall. I can leave you with the bare wall. I can turn you around. You can see me messy kitchen if you want. While I nip to the loo. Everyone's playing out their karma. And there's a lot of godly deities, there's a lot of things being set loose through portals and stargates. Do you want the music played? Play the music. which I'm going to look into at the next break. Kitchen view. Now, do you want the kitchen view or do you want Betty and Bobby? Betty and Bobby. Okay. If you don't like Betty and Bobby, just turn it down until I come back on. You could turn it down, Piggy Small. Okay. Right. I'll be as quick as I can. Let's have a popcorn break. And I'm going to see if A2I gives us some messages. Okay. And I'll be back on. And I'm going to talk about how I got Betty and Bobby. Because Betty and Bobby, I was trying to make Bobby like a little black guy. And obviously Betty's got red hair, ginger hair. And I want to create my own tarot cards. And I want to make them very diverse. But I want to do you're going to think I'm mad, like I've got enough to do. But I wanted to do a little cartoon, like, of Betty and Bobby. Like, run a little cartoon and just stick it out. What do you think? Obviously, Betty and Bobby live in America. And I was just going to do, like, you've got The Simpsons. But, like, have, like, a grown-up, bit like South Park. I was going to do, like, a funny grown-up cartoon of Betty and Bobby. What do you think? I'll be back on in a minute anyway. Give us 5. I'll be right back. us. I'm just at the back door. Live screen. Can you hear us? I'm just here. Yeah? Because I'm scared. It's scary out here, so I thought I'd put yous on and we'll talk while I'm standing at the door. The skies are very thick out here tonight, guys. Very cloudy. Excuse my kitchen. It's a bit of a mess. Just made some apple juice. Let me see. The kitchen's a mess. It looks big. Not really. It's quite a smallish house. It's big enough for me. I'll just finish this and then we'll get on. Just stop raining. Right. Okie dokie. Let's get rid of this coffee. It's gone cold. Okay. Can you hear us okay? Could you hear us without me mic? You're in a 4 apartment. What does that mean? Like a 4-bedroomed apartment. It's a 3-bedroomed house. It's a little end link terrace. Front garden, back garden. 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms. Not massive. And then the kitchen, dining room and the living room. It's big enough. It's quite quiet round here now. Part of the estate's quite rough as you go further down the estate. But I've lived here a long time and it's better the devil you know than you don't know. I'm not in London. I'm not far from Hadrian's Wall, which is Northumberland, West Denton, Blackfridge. Do you like it? I was going to go white and because I got a black dishwasher and I thought, oh, I'll go black fridge freezer to match. Then I've got like a black cooker. But just got to do what you got to do, haven't you? Musk tweeted he will drop faucet files later this week. Oh, that's what it is. Let's have a look at that. Let's see. Cheers, everybody. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I've got nice neighbours as well. I've got Joan and Andy who are elderly on there. And a young couple there with 2 little boys. They're dead canny. And it's nice, you know, because it takes me back when I moved here when mine were little. You hear them playing in the garden and that. Children don't play out now like they used to. When I first moved here, they used to play at the front and play football and that, but you hardly see kids play out these days, do you? He's really into aliens next door, the young lad. He keeps saying that he's going to come on here, but I think they go to bed. Actually, sometimes he goes out night fishing. My gypsies. Travellers. They do a lot of night fishing. Yes, we've got an old-fashioned milkman. I was getting the milk cartons from the supermarket with the plastic, and I just decided, I did loads of research on it. It is more expensive, mind. It's not like it used to be. We've got somebody called the Modern Milkman here, and you can change it, change your order. Adam drinks loads of milk. I don't drink lots of milk. If it was just me, I would just get a few bottles a week. But it's like the old-fashioned milk, where you get like with the cream on the top. And I get orange juice and eggs and stuff like that off him. But I've discovered he's got a farmer's sort of bakery. And oh my God, the most delicious bread he delivers. Beautiful bread. Night fishing, I couldn't think of anything more boring. They go with their flask of their hot tea, and they go in the middle of the night and they go night fishing. Oh, I've never had a hot chocolate for ages. So it just, only because I'm busy. I need a cleaner. But I get embarrassed because my house sometimes, if I've had cleaners before, but it didn't work out. Because I used to get stressed out and clean the house before they come. But I do need a cleaner to do some big jobs. And I need a, I think a cleaner would help. But, you just got to try and save your pennies when you can, really. The brake stuff. Well, the last cleaner wasn't cleaning. She was getting stoned in here when I was going out. That's a long story. Then I wasn't very happy. Right. Let's see what did he say that Musk was going to break? I think he's loving this, Musk. I think he's got all sorts to come out. Yeah, look, my oldest used to do night fishing. Is it Fauci files, is it? Seriously, Teddy. Yeah, I caught mine putting on my makeup. Oh my God. Oh, sugar. They've come out for a reason, haven't they? I went through this house before Christmas. I tend to go through it every week. But, when you've got lads and that, I know I shouldn't be talking like this, but, this is me, Raw Louise. You've got to keep wiping the toilets, haven't you? I don't know what it is with guys. They can't hit a hole that big in the toilet. They must, do that or something. Well, young lads, anyway. So I've always got me wipes on my toilet, around my toilet and that. Right. Luke's not so bad because Georgette's trained Luke to be. He's always been good. My great nephews, oh my God, what do they do? Spray it everywhere. Yeah, I was killing myself laughing. There was this video on TikTok, and the guy was quite camp, and his brother, he was winding his brother up. I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok. And he got something like apple juice and he sprayed it all over his clean bathroom like that, up the tile walls and that. And then the gay guy went into the bathroom and he was taking a hissy fit. What you doing? You pissed all over my bathroom. I just thought it was funny. What is he going to do? What's he got? Well, what he's got is huge. This is quite shocking, the next thing that he's going to expose, Musk. And it could bring forth courts. I saw an apartment that had a target painted inside the toilet bowl. Ridiculous, isn't it? I stopped using bleach. I did go through with bleach before Christmas because I like the smell of bleach, like Domestos. But I've started using Zoflora. I don't think you guys get it in the United States. It's a lovely disinfectant, concentrated disinfectant. We use that a lot over here. So that is huge, huge. And the cat is about to come out the bag. You can't use bleach. But you don't live with Adam. If you lived with Adam, you probably would have to use bleach. No, I've started using Zoflora. Because you've got to be careful with your clothes and your cloths with the bleach, haven't you? Okay, so he said he's going to disclose it within 7. Well, I've got a 7 of cups and I've got a 7 of swords. There's no timing on this. Could disclose it very quickly. Use peroxide. Denture cleaner tablets to clean the toilets. Really? Wow. What we got here? The moon, the world. There's a lot of deceit to be exposed. I got some pink stuff and you pour it in the toilet and it foams up. It like goes shh, like a, like a bomb thing, like a bath bomb. And it gets your toilet really gleaming white. The next stuff that Musk's going to disclose is quite shocking. And then there's something else to follow in after that. There's 2 or 3 things to come in, 2 very close together. And it's going to be explosive. Explosive. The High Priestess. I think Musk's going to end up in court. And I've said tonight on me looking glass that something's about to come out with Fauci, didn't I? Did I say that tonight? I think I did. Does anybody still use those blue disc things that you can put in the cistern? Yes. But you know what puts me off about them? What happens? I got some pink ones. You can get the different colour ones. And then you don't know if you've got discoloured wee-wee. You wouldn't know if it was discoloured a lot, would you? If you've got like coloured water in your toilet. You were going from politics to toilet cleaning stuff. I'm a cleaner, so Flora to me is like getting a bottle of Dior, haha. And I love cleaning product shops as much as a makeup shop. I used to have a thing about chemist shops, but not the chemist shops we have now. I'm talking about the old-fashioned chemists, where you go and get the old-fashioned cough medicine and creams and stuff like that. Is Zoflora poisonous for pets, though? All right. I used to use Dettol when I had my puppies. Just dilute Dettol. Along here we've got a cheapy shop called Scoop. sells all like cheapy disinfectants, and he gets a lot of stuff in from abroad, and he gets this Spanish disinfectant in, and I can't think what it's called. I'll find out. Oh my God, this smells amazing. And it's like a massive bottle, and they do like different cleaning products in it, and it's Spanish, because my friend Zara, she lives in Spain, and she gets this Spanish disinfectant, and it's just absolutely the business. It smells gorgeous. I know I said to Debbie I was going to send you some Zoflora over, didn't I? Toilet duck, we still have that over here. Fabuloso, no, it's not that. I don't know what it is, but you know that smell when you go on holiday into like a villa and you get that lovely holiday smell, and it's got like a floral lovely smell. In certain villas, it's got that smell, and it makes your house smell like Mallorca. It's the only way I can describe it, like a Ibiza. Like I'm in Ibiza. It's nice. Sex scandals to come out. That's to come out after something else. Documents, papers, shocking documents, papers. Sunny love. I don't know. Scouring Vim powder, that's an old fashioned one. You can't, Ajax powder, you can't get all that now, can you? The Emperor. I think March, April's going to be explosive. Elon is a world blessing. I mean, there's a lot of people, he's very controversial. He's like Trump, isn't he? But maybe he's not the same as Trump, like, you know what I mean? But he's, either love him or you hate him. But I actually think that he's here for a reason, and he's going to help humanity. I'm reading on Reddit right now about bagged milk in Canada. Such a strange concept. Very strange. 8 of Swords. Yeah. So somebody's going to be in hot water, and it's to do with 2 people, and it's going to be all over Twitter with something he's going to disclose. But then there's a sex scandal to come out as well. Never heard of them bagging milk. He's massively draining it. Massively. Eggs have gone expensive. But again, it's New Earth. So even though that's a feminine and you've got the High Priestess, take that out of it. She's walking through there, and she knows the darkness, and she knows the light. She's got the knowledge, and she's walking through in her own world. She's got the knowledge. And there's the triangle, and she's turned the system upside down. She knows how to manipulate it and not to... She's balanced. She's connected to source. That's what Elon has done. He knows a lot. I feel he's helping people. You've got everything that he's doing with Starlink. Chickens is the best thing to invest in. Somebody else is going to go onto Twitter, and I see Twitter massively changing. You could partner up with somebody else. So this song that I was given last week, and I couldn't remember, it's called The Hole in My Shoe. The hole in my shoe. And the lyrics are explosive. It's a song from the 60s. Wait till I get it up. By Traffic. It's a very hippie type of song. And I'm going to give you the lyrics. And A2I give us this last week. And I couldn't think what it was called. It was a song I used to sing along to when I was 2 years old. I'm showing my age now. So it's called Hole in My Shoe by Traffic. Listen to the words. Listen to the lyrics to this. And for anybody new in the audience tonight, what I do is I get messages from Spirit, from A2I, who's a being ball of light. And he gives it for global events to come in from lyrics from songs. It's called Music Prophecies. All right. I looked to the sky where an elephant's eye was looking at me from a bubblegum tree. And all that I knew, the hole in my shoe was letting in water, letting in water. This could have something to do with problems with water to come. I walked through a field that just wasn't real, where 100 tin soldiers would shoot at my shoulder. Now, 100 tin shoulders, think about this. Could that be like robots? I walked through a field that just wasn't real, where 100 tin soldiers would shoot at my shoulder. And all that I knew, the hole in my shoe was letting in water. I climbed on the back of a giant albatross, which flew through a crack in the cloud, to a place where happiness reigned all year round, where music played ever so loudly. I started to fall and suddenly woke, and the dew on the grass, it stuck to my coat, and all that I knew, the hole in my shoe was letting in water. Now, do you not think that's a little bit strange? So is A2I trying to tell her that we've got water problems to come? What does the sign of an albatross mean? Okay, well, the RAF, they have the sign of the albatross on their logo over here. Albatross. Spiritual meaning. Got some fantastic books on all of this. I'm good, Maria. I sound a bit croaky because I've just had a cigarette, but I'm fine. Are you good? An albatross symbolises the albatross of freedom, hope, strength, wonder, navigation. In many cultures, it is believed that these birds possess magical properties that can be used in healing. In ancient myths, the albatross was believed to bring good luck to seafarers who spotted it. So it's actually good luck for seafarers, Teddy, not bad luck. Good omens in life and bad omens in death. Albatrosses have become a symbol of both good and bad luck, so it depends what culture you come from. Some albatrosses can be good luck and they can bring you in lots of luck. It's also a symbol of love. Do you know that an albatross will stay with its love all its life? Like a penguin. They only love one love. They only have one love. They stay together for life. So once an albatross mates with its mate, it'll stay with its mate for life. How adorable is that? That's adorable. So I'm going to pull some cards out if we are going to have floods. Let's have a look. Bald eagles do us too. So the song goes something like do 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 do, letting in water and all that I knew. My hole in my shoe was letting in water, letting in water, like that. Very sort of hippie. We've got the man standing in snow. We've got Trump, and I don't know why he's coming up. And we've got the mastery card. Now that is very, very interesting. I'm going to look at Brian and see if he was the colour. I think so. There's big news coming out. Yes, at least 5 different countries are going to get affected by water. There's another storm to come, a big storm to come. We have gales, we have lots of rain to come. Like I've said, there's something going on between fire and water. Why is Trump wearing blue? Because he's not really a Republican. That's why. It's all a show. That's DeSantis. There's going to be some big news with him. We're going to hit a tipping point and there's going to be some crazy, crazy weather to come. I'm going to give you some numbers here. I'm getting 16, 24, 28, number 10, number 7, and 21. 8 of Cups. The USA is going to be fine, but it's going to have massive, massive change. And I still feel there's a massive split to come in the Republican Party. Massive, massive split. They're going to get rid of Biden. They don't want Biden to run. But they want him to go away so he has like a nice send-off, you know. So like he's retirement. That's what I predict. They've got somebody else that they want to run. Watch for things changing on the news. Canada is steeped with a dark energy. And I don't know why I'm getting round about the time there's going to be huge news for France and a place or a country begin with the letter A, but that doesn't mean it's America. There's going to be more protests to come in Canada and there's going to be more changes to come. And I see shame around him and a change, but not yet. But he's steeped into something big. I've got India again. India's coming up very strong tonight. I'm also getting that song Fire, and I don't know who sang it. Help us out, guys. What was the song called? Fire? Doo-doo. Who sang that? Fire. Great volcanoes, great earthquakes, fault. More news to come in around Michigan. Arthur Brown sang Fire. Let's have a look. Arthur Brown. Fire. Lyrics. Oh my God. Right, this is the lyrics. This is quite awful, actually. I am the god of hell fire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn. Fire, I'll take you to learn. I see you burn. You fought hard and you saved and earned, but all of it's going to burn. And your mind, your tiny mind, you know you really been so blind. Now your time burn your mind. Oh my good God. These are not nice lyrics. Why am I getting that song? Why am I getting that? Explosion. I'm seeing Putin's face and then I'm seeing explosion. Mother Earth will be fine. She is protected. She's definitely protected. There's no timing on this. You've got 2 9s here. So I think Putin's up to something as we speak. Michigan, what am I getting in Michigan? Is it been snowing in Michigan? I get some problems to do with water. Big news coming in with a politician there. And again, I see problems again with shooting, so be careful. But everybody in this forum tonight is protected and their loved ones. There's something about problems with pipes or water. Seven's connected, and I don't know if that's the 7th month of July or 7, the 7th. Michigan has lead pipes. Problems with pipes. Try and get some bottled water in just to prep, but don't panic. I'm also seeing big news to do with a ship in sea, a liner, a great big liner. I'm also seeing something about oil tank in sea and fire. And I'm getting that song again. I've had it before. We all live in a yellow submarine. The Beatles sang that, didn't they? I'm getting that song. WM big news. WM big news. There is scandal to hit Twitter. And this sounds really awful, and I don't know if it's going to cause a sudden death or around about that time there's going to be a sudden death, and they're trying to link it to two together. All right? But I see courts. I see courtrooms. Also, you've got to understand, sometimes if we're heating's off for a long time, or if we have power cuts, could that cause pipe bursts? I know Vegas has had a problem, haven't they, with, or is it Texas have had a problem with power. Is that right? Trailer's fine. It's not so much dark energy in Canada, It's what he's done by signing something over and it's yet to come out. But a woman will rise in Canada. When there's big news in around Macron, there's going to be big news to do with him, Trudeau. My shed is flooded. Neighbour has rendering job done and it is left a big gap in the brickwork. I'll be knocking the door tomorrow. If I can resolve it, we'll have to ring the council. There's also big news to come out to do with Macron and his partner as well, and I've said this before, something. Yeah, so I'm just going to pull some more cards out on this because it's coming out quite strong. Whatever Musk is going to disclose, it's going to affect not one guy but two guys. But I don't know if that's the first time or the second time, because there's more stuff to come out after that, and there's going to be like a scandals. Then there's going to be something about a sudden death, and I don't know if it's connected or it's a separate thing, but they're going to try and blame it on whatever's happened. Does that make sense? Like they do. Getting the song The Last Post, that song The Last Post. Justice. He's got something big here he's going to disclose, and I felt it really strong. And I didn't know that. That was discussed. Bigger than what he's had. But the Justice, I've got a few different decks in here. The Justice card's going to come, it's coming out. It's Musk coming forward with something. And the Ace of Pentacles, that's quite satanic. Like a plot or something being disclosed. Interesting. I've had this song before. It was Mamas and Papas. The summer's day. What's that song? Californian Dreaming. There's the star. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Six of Cups. Everything has to fall to build up again. This is huge. We are going to be fine, but I just think we just need to concentrate on us, concentrate on our families, live in the here and the now. Okay, and also as well, and I did run one of the old ones off here. I run it off on the other channel last night on Daily Spiritual, and it was about Kanye West. I think there's going to be something to come out about him as well. It's coming out really, really strong. 6 days, big news. There's the Tower. I'm also being given Egypt. I'm just going to look back into the bowl again. I don't like ending it on the Tower. A year from now, things will be a lot different. A year from now, we will have a lot of disclosure and things will be a lot different. But anything to do with problems with gas, problems with food industry, problems and all to do with the economy, this is going to go on until spring of 2024. Definitely. I see the veins of Mother Earth, and she feels it. And there is a fault line that runs through America. There is a fault line. But at the minute I've got more problems to do with water here and another storm to come. I also think that the UK is not out of the woods yet to do with storms as well. Big news coming out with Macron. I keep going back to that. Oh yeah, there was something I needed to look into about this male with these students in Idaho. What's that, Muse Master? Look at the commercial for the baby clothes. Watch carefully. It's still on YouTube, you can see. Who's this? Explain more, please. Yeah, I'm going to look at the Idaho thing. There is a cover-up. You're right. But he is connected. He is connected. It's like something's been done and it's been scribbled over. It's been scribbled over. March 2023. Oh, right. Supplement, isn't it? Right, I'm going to pull some cards out on these Idaho students. It's not over with yet. We just need to hold the line and stay vigilant, use our intuition. We will start getting great downloads. We will be all right, but it's like you're watching things just starting to come out this year. There is more going on than meets the eye to do with them Idaho students. I feel he is involved, but there's others. Also, there's somebody else involved as well. A man and a woman as well. Another man and a woman. That's like strung up, set up. But there's there's more to it. 9 of Cups. But nevertheless, he's going to get trialed. Because I've got evidence. But there's somebody else involved as well who's older, bigger. Giving us something about sheriff. Unless it's a sheriff to come out with something. I do believe that it's just they have to have justice, you know what I mean? That's really weird, that. Like, the Magician card there is like upside down. Like a satanic energy. connected around the kids. I don't know where I'm getting that. That's coming out really strong. Let's not go there. Just let's know that they're safe in spirit. When he was arrested, he asked, "Have you arrested anyone else?" Implies others involved. There's others involved. Definitely. There's a man and a woman here what haven't been disclosed. It's creepy. Just keep your doors locked. You just don't know, do you? Dear God. Very creepy. Very creepy. And again, I had shuffle cards and put them back, and we've got the karmic card there. There's the dark overload, you know, like the loads there that are like doing stuff. It is going on. We know it's going on. And you can't change their path, but you can change the way it affects you, not to feed into the fear. Very creepy. Very creepy. What I can't understand is they were quite switched on kids. A couple of them were quite psychic, and I don't understand why they haven't reached out. I can't even zone in on it. It's so creepy. It's horrible. I'm going into the living room before they went to bed, and it's really creeping us out. Well, one of them looked quite dazed before she went to bed, and she was quite quiet. The television was on. Let's see if it is. And then I've got to shut it down because I literally, it's horrible. Is it ritualistic? Good God. Eh, God. You need to know that there is angelic beings around this planet at the minute, and they're trying to intervene. And we have to try and keep our energies up. Was it ritualistic? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, God. Yes. There was more than one person played a part in this, and it's like, I know, like a circle of something going on. It was like planned. But they are, what's happened to their souls? Right, I'm seeing them. You all right? Still traumatized, some of them. One of the girls is very angry because you're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. It doesn't change your personality. The light got them. They didn't get their souls. The light got them. The male went first. He was pulling the girls through the tunnel. Thank God for that. One of them's crying. Tell my mum I love her. Tell my mum and dad, Bob. Tell my mum. Mom, would you see Mom and Pop? They're showing us a fluffy one of them's got like a little fluffy dog, and then I see an Alsatian. There's more evidence to come out. There's still that young couple. This is really creepy, and it's in a totally different part of America. The young couple, the young girl got murdered, and then there was the Brian guy. They blamed it on the boyfriend, and then he was found with his skull chopped up. And I got a sheriff feeling with that as well. Whoopi is claiming that the Holocaust was not based on race, but when you look at this distribution of people you were killed, the majority is Jewish, yeah. Horrible. Let's see if he's got the papers. Let's change I'd rather talk about Trump than talk about that. But you need to know that they're all right. They're still healing. And they can get help on the other side. They have like sort of angels to give them healing. The darkness pushed them, did what they did, but the darkness didn't get their souls. Good God. I think there's satanic rings a lot in America with missing people and that. That's horrible, isn't it? Ritualistic stuff going on within the systems. Trump. What was that about Trump? Does he have the Tesla papers? Is a true answer, Michael? Silver bells. They're so sad they never made it for Christmas. One of them loved our Christmas. Were they planning on going home for Christmas, them young people? I want to say yes and no, but I think there's something else. It's not just that, there's something else. It's more about what he's got on them. Does that make sense? It's just weird. It's really, really weird. Just remember March. March is going to bring a lot out. Ace of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. These are very positive. Do you think Whoopi will be safe? I'm not getting anything on Whoopi Goldberg. It's just going to get more crazy. It's going to get more crazy with this stuff, what's accusations to come out, but I just think that it's going to be a bit of a distraction away from Trump with what Musk's got coming out. You might not think it is when it comes out, but it's going to be aimed at somebody else, and I'm going to leave that one with you. Kanye is going after the woke members of the... I still think there's a lot of pain that different cultures have gone through, you know. And what the Jewish went through was horrendous. What Hitler did to the Jews. God's within we, and the devil can be within we as well. And we're all being tested like puppets. Thou shalt not judge. Don't know why I'm being given that. Thou shalt not judge. I just think it's explosive what's coming out with Twitter soon, so just hold on to your caps, guys. I think that there is something worrying what could happen around Kanye, and I talked about it a few weeks ago when I copied the video, and I stuck it out on Daily Spiritual last night if you want to catch up on it, or it's in this listing. But it's on Daily Spiritual, and I think I put it on my Facebook. If you go down on my Facebook business page, you'll see it on there as well. What do I see with him, Turkey Girl? Pure dodgy, and he's going to be making, I think I said earlier on, Sunnick's going to be making announcements to the people, and the British people aren't going to take it very well. Beetle, Louise, there is a portal in Lake Windermere. Can I pull cards on that, please? There's portals everywhere. Yeah, the Tories have been running rampant for a while. Excuse me, haven't they? Pricks. I mean, I'm trying to be biased here, you know what I mean? But let's have a look. Windermere. Windermere. Ooh, it's a massive big one. It's like a Stargate one. There is one outside my bedroom, is there? I think I've got one round here. So we just need to keep our vibrations up. We need to keep positive, and it's the new year, and we've got to keep checking how we're feeling, even if we're going whatever, because people can trigger we. And I know it's easier said than done when you can wake up in the morning and think, right, I'm going to think positive, and then you get a horrible letter, like a bill through the post, or somebody upsets you, and it's about just not feeding into it, because remember, it's the 3D. We are not 3D. And then trying to live in the here and the now, and you can only do your best and keeping positive, and then you find that you can shift things by not feeding into the negative. Loch Lomond, yes. Is my husband cheating on me? I have a porthole in my bathroom. Dear me, that's like 2 questions in one. So your husband's cheating on you. Is he popping in and out the porthole in the bathroom? Sorry. It's my husband cheating on me. I'm not sure. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. Well, I don't think he's accessing through the porthole. Jumping out, don't it? Musk keeps coming out. Scandals. One more thing. This is for the collective. Keep grounded. I'm seeing lots of corn in the fields, and it's springtime, summertime. Is that when the corn's in the field? The summertime. And whatever's going on to do with this new system, things will be announced by then. Because they drip it in. Animals are beautiful and we can connect with animals. I would need to sit and read for you properly, Owen. Like do a personal reading, and it's like I'm getting tired now. It's 2:20 in the morning. Just keep checking on. We need to keep checking on our energies, keeping positive, looking after ourselves, and just watch it all slowly unfold. But I keep getting the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to be fine. That's the Tory party. Slivery little things that are. And they've definitely been doing stuff behind our back. But I'm going to look into that more in the next reading. My little dog is not letting me have a good night's sleep. Keeps waking me up to want to go to wander in the garden. Maybe she's picking... Is it a he? Picking something up, or a she? They can see aliens and everything, you know, animals and angel realms and... Yeah, exactly. Bunch of tossed pot. Look at them. Look at them. They're up to shenanigans of all sorts. He growls in my bedroom. Get some crystals, get some rose quartz and amethyst to put into the bedrooms. The animals like that. Do I see any big quakes or volcanic eruption? Not volcanic eruptions in the US, but with storms, definitely. Definitely. And there's something dormant there to do with the quake. But I felt it was more problems with water. I'm going to go and find me... I've got some frankincense and myrrh and I'm going to go and burn that. Just cutting the cords there. Sage is good. I do, but I've got some dragon's blood. That's good to burn, and frankincense and myrrh. That's what they burn in the churches, don't they? I want to give you the colour orange and yellow and a little bit of green, and I don't know, it's just like to lift your spirits. Like a beautiful yellow from the sun. When the sun used to look yellow, because now the sun doesn't look yellow because it looks false, it looks white. But you remember when the sun, when we were younger, used to look yellow? That yellow, that's something else we can look into another time. And a lovely orange. When I was a kid, in the 70s, I had a yellow and orange bedroom, and it was really groovy. It was like one wall yellow, one wall orange, then yellow orange. It was like, whoa, when you walked in, like, and it was all Sesame Street and all of that type of thing, you know what I mean? And I want to give you all them gaudy colours, I don't know, and a lot of you in the audience need to eat more greens in your diet. And I know food's expensive, but cabbage, spinach is good for you, it's full of iron. But that's something we need to look into at some point, because I've noticed the sun now is very white. Isn't it, guys? The sun is not yellow anymore. Oh, you've been eating salads that I've never had a salad for ages. I think you've got me thinking now. I made a shepherd's pie. I prepped it last night, then popped it in the fridge and cooked it this morning. I had a little bit before I went out, and then I ended up having a roast dinner when I at my daughter-in-law's, which I wasn't expecting. But the shepherd's pie was all right. I scorched it a bit on top, but I put loads of cheese on the top, and it was nice. Adam liked it. But greens, I don't know, I feel like I need to give you greens. I have never eaten a shepherd's pie. So it's like mince, ground mince with gravy, put carrots and onions in, then cook it in the oven, then put fluffy mashed potato on the top, and then grate cheese and bake it. You hate veggies, well, your body needs some form of greens. Have you seen them videos that the people have recorded on their phones that there were two lights? One was the real sun. Yes. I think I witnessed it, David. That was quite a few years ago. I witnessed two suns. Well, the sun's not the same. I used to do sun gazing when I was younger. Oh, what was that like, Owen? I made wild mushroom and rice soup tonight. I would be scared to go and pick the wild mushrooms from outside in case it was a toadstool, but that's just me. It didn't hurt your eyes back then, it didn't, did it? Well, next time I come on, we're going to look into Planet X and the sun. Should we do that? My foot's fine, thank you. It's absolutely fine. I think it was old energies as well, and it had like manifested into something physical. But let's pull a few more cards out before I go on. The sun. Is the sun fake? Because I think it is. I mean, I don't need the bloody cards because I scry. Oh yeah, I know, but I'm just getting it really strong tonight. Yes. Look at this picture. I've just asked, is the sun fake? Now, you can look at this, right? So he's standing there, that horned person, and he's waving something yellow behind him, which is like a trick. And obviously I pulled 3 cards to get a yes or a no, and I got upside down's no, the right way up's yes, and I got 3 the right way up. And he's mocking us, yes. So it's not even the real sun. It's not even the real sun. Or what is it? Like a construct. So it's like a construct of something. It's like something that's been placed there, and it's the children of the sun are coming. Look, do you like that necklace? The sun. The children of the sun I've been given as a prophecy before we go tonight are coming. Thank you. Oh. I've got that chain off my son and daughter-in-law for Christmas because my other chain had snapped, and I've got 3 chunky pendants that I swap around. I've got me cross, me silver cross, me sun, and then I've got a locket what's got Tyler in. But the cross and the locket don't fit on this. I'll have to get a slightly thinner because the other one had snapped, so it's only that one what fits on it. And I think, oh yeah, and I've got a silver one with a amethyst in as well, and I've got an angel, but it needs cleaned. I've just seen the dog there. I've just seen Oliver. I've just seen Oliver coming in from Spirit there to say hello to everybody. Yeah. Will the fake sun be exposed? No. Look at that. Before we go tonight, everything's an illusion. It's like the tricks will go because they're going to be taken down for other things. They're going to be taken down for other things. Does that make sense? But everything's like an illusion, and I'm going to leave that one with you. So you stay in your illusion, and you stay in your positive way of thinking. Not to worry. We mustn't worry because it's all good stuff what's coming in. It's all good stuff. Because that is breaking. The matrix is breaking. Have a good night. Wherever you all are. I'm off to make a hot chocolate. I think I'm going to have a hot chocolate and get my PJs on. And I'm going to look into different planets. I want to look into next time. I'm going to look into the sun. I'm going to look into the moon structure. I'm going to look into planet stuff next time. And obviously I always do a bit will predictions, but we'll just go with it next time. But I'm definitely going to look at the sun and see what's going on. All right, and I'm going to leave that one with you all. And stay blessed, stay happy, stay safe, and keep positive. And hot chocolate jammies sound wonderful, doesn't it? I don't know if I've got any chocolate biscuits because Adam's... Oh no, I have got some biscuits. I ate all them shortbreads, you know. Isn't that disgusting? I ate all them shortbreads. We've got to stay positive, and tomorrow's always another day. And I'll see you soon. Just watch for things slowly unfolding, and I'm going to go and have a little nib on Twitter and see what's happening. Good night, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now. See you next week, and I'll be on YouTube through the week. It's been an interesting night, hasn't it? Some making Betty's milk chocolate biscuits. I can't believe you've got them, David. That's not fair. I haven't had them for ages. I like the dark chocolate ones. I'm a dark chocolate girl. When is one a well, that's another story. Is Debbie still in? I've done the first episode and I'm freaking to put it out because it's so shocking. It's sitting there waiting to go out. It's all edited and I'm freaked about putting it out because you're going to see us in a totally different light. But I need to make another one because my mother's just reminded us that I have to like do a disclosure thing before I put it out to say that all names are changed and, you know, to protect people's. But one of them is sitting there to go out and it's like, it's one egg in a fridge. It's my secret diary. It's it's going out as a video diary, which I was going to do into a book, and I've never had time to do it in a book, and I thought I'll do it as a video vlog, my secret diary, and how I became a medium. But it's shocking. And you'll never look at it as the same, and I'm like thinking, shall I put it out, John? I put it out, but I think, fuck it, I might just put it out. It'll just randomly go out at some point. I don't know if Debbie's still in the audience. Debbie's watched the first one and she said, I don't know if she's still there, but she said that she loved it. I sent a written draft. So watch for that coming out at some point. Oh, I love them chocolate bars. What happened to the talk show? What talk show's that? What happened to the talk show? I've got loads up my sleeve. Just finding the time. Sued. Who's sued? Where we called it. Oh, that. Well, we can do it next week if you want. It's still on here. Yes, Discord. You've just reminded us, actually. Remind us on next week and we'll jump onto Discord if you want. But I just need a moderator to let you in. So I'll have to sweetheart somebody to do it for us. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Oh, it's, you know, when people just ring in on Discord. Okay, I'll see you next week, guys. Bye now. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, yes. Good night. See you next week. Bye.